Hi, I'm Simone, and this is the Happily Self-Conscious podcast, the show where it's cool to be self-conscious. As a personal development enthusiast, I love to learn how I can become better in all areas of life, and I want to share with you transformative tips and tricks to help you also become your best self. Together, we'll learn how we can become more self-conscious. Let's do it. Welcome to episode number 22. Thank you for tuning in today. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to everyone listening from around the world, globally, which is wild. I am so grateful for you, and I'm happy that you've been enjoying the show so far. That makes me excited. So shout out to California, Atlanta, Chicago, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, the UK, Kenya, Colombia, and the list goes on. So whether you are here in the US or somewhere overseas, I appreciate every single one of you who click play and listen to the show. Thank you so much. Also, I have been working on something special that I'm really excited to tell you about. I talked a little bit about it the other day over on YouTube, and you can find that link in the show notes if you're interested. But I've been keeping this secret, and I will be sharing more details soon as the time for launching gets closer. But I did want to mention it, so keep your eyes or your ears peeled. The inspiration for this episode came from a book called Simple Abundance that I read every morning. There is a new entry every day, and all of the entries, they cover different aspects of life and abundance specifically. And there was one entry from a few months ago that was about success. And in this entry, she mentions that there are two kinds of success, and light bulbs just started going off in my head. I stopped right there and I wrote it down in my notes because I knew I wanted to share it with you. So the two kinds of success that she mentions are worldly and authentic success. And she shares that there is nothing wrong with worldly success, such as pursuing financial independence. But we must know the difference between the two kinds in order to actually live a fulfilling life. And I can definitely see how having a little bit of both makes us feel more full, more balanced, like we're doing well. And so I got curious. I started to wonder if it went deeper. So I looked into the different types of success that fall into the worldly and authentic success categories. And guess what I found? According to my calculations, there are about 8 different types of success. And when you hear them, it might make perfect sense to you, just like it did for me. It all started to make sense. I thought, oh, so that's why we can feel empty despite reaching success in one of these areas. It's because there are multiple different areas. Success in general is the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. It's the accomplishment of a goal, and we feel successful when we reach said goal. The thing is, success is different for everybody, so that can cause some confusion in itself. Depending on what your idea of success is, it can feel really out of reach, or that you're just not enough to get there for some reason. But when you break it down into the different types, you start to realize that you may have already attained success in an area that you've been ignoring because you've had your eyes set on another type of success. And I think that this conversation is important because I don't think that going after one type of success while ignoring the other types is healthy, because you're not seeing the big picture and you're not celebrating all that you've accomplished, which can lead to feeling like you've accomplished nothing at all, which is never good. So working towards one type of success while also acknowledging where you've already reached success and celebrating that seems to be a good practice to have. The first type of success that I came across is intellectual success. Intellectual success, of course, it has to do with your intellect, what you know, and your commitment to learning on a continuous basis. And not only is it the acquiring of knowledge, but it's the choice to put that knowledge into action. And in order to increase your intellect, you got to be challenged a little and be open to new perspectives, which leads to a growth mindset. And those who possess that openness to learn succeed further because when you do that, when you're open, you attract new opportunities. And in my opinion, there's no destination for intellectual success because we're always learning something new. But I do believe that if we are open to learning at all times, we can feel successful intellectually because our intellect is growing consistently. We know more, we're evolving, and that's the goal. Emotional success is directly correlated with how you feel and how you manage those feelings on a daily basis. To be emotionally successful is to be resilient, to be able to maintain relationships, knowing how to keep going when life gets hard, having balance, and humility for other people. I think that a good measure for this is to maybe look at how you manage your stress, your reactions, and how you communicate how you feel. Do you love to read, want to get more into reading, or just really enjoy personal development like I do? I invite you to join me over in the Happily Self-Conscious Book Club, a free virtual book club brought to you by bookclubs.com, designed for anyone who is looking to connect with other people who are on their self-growth journey. I am super excited about this new opportunity to connect with you and to discuss different ways that we can become so much more effective in the way that we show up in the world, personally and professionally. We are all so different. We're in different stages. We've learned different lessons so far, but we do have one thing in common. We are looking to become even better, smarter, and more efficient. I will be joining you and the other book club members live once a month to discuss our most recent book club pick, which will be an inspiring and life-changing self-help novel. So we'll be discussing topics like emotional intelligence, intuition, projection, perfectionism, charisma, presence, leadership, and so much more to help us all on our individual self-growth journeys. This book club is meant to foster community and to spark interesting conversations. I would love for you to join me in becoming even more self-conscious. Click the link located in the show notes to join today. It's just one click away. Physical success is all about your health and your lifestyle and your body. When you feel physically successful, it's because you are taking how your body feels and how you feel about it into consideration. It does involve exercise, cultivating strength and endurance, but the physical aspect of it is just one of many. To be physically successful is also making healthy eating choices and incorporating self-care into your routine. It's more about your overall wellness, both inside and out. And it's funny how one type of success is linked to the others. Your emotional success directly affects your physical success in some ways because physical success requires things like discipline and patience and resilience. And that's the emotional side of us. This next one, material success, definitely falls into the worldly success pile because it is often measured by society's standards. It includes your achievements and your physical possessions. And there are two sides to this. It's a little bit of a slippery slope because it can be a huge relief because material success can make you feel comfortable. But if there is too much focus on the external, in this case, the material success, striving for things such as money or achievements can be unhealthy. And that's where the spiritual side and the pursuit of spiritual success comes in, which is our next one, because striving for material success is okay as long as it isn't being done to fill a void. Spiritual success is the exploration of one's self. It's getting clear on what you believe, how you feel about yourself, and the pursuit of a deeper meaning. I feel like this one is super important, and I would say that it's probably first and foremost before all of the rest, because without spiritual exploration, you don't know who you are and may not be acting from the most authentic part of you, which can affect you in every area of your life. And I feel that without exploring yourself, there's this emptiness or feelings of unfulfillment. And I've felt it before. It happens when you aren't living from your heart. And maybe you're not exercising all of your skills, or you're not listening to your intuition. On the spiritual success or the personal exploration journey, you cultivate more compassion, more gratitude, and you see things on a deeper level. It's the complete opposite of material success because it's all internal. This one definitely is an aspect of authentic success because authenticity, it's a practice. It is to be true to yourself internally and externally, and that requires self-exploration. There's one other one I wanted to touch on, and that is family success. This one was definitely interesting to me because it turns out that family success has less to do with creating a family, and it has more to do with the dynamics. Is there effective communication? Is there support? The drive to build and maintain strong bonds? So, in summary, family success is a constant effort to create a supportive, safe, and loving environment for the family as a whole. And this is really important because strong family bonds can be really helpful in times of need and to have a sense of belonging, somewhere you can go where you are loved. Different stages of our life call for more or less focus in each area because things are always changing. We're being called to give more energy to one area and less to another. So really, the question is, which type of success are you being called to focus on right now at this moment? And you have to look inside of yourself to determine what success even means to you in every area of your life because it's different for everyone. While I might need to be paying more attention to my emotions and pursue more emotional success and a better way to regulate them, the next person might have reached their idea of physical success, but are not yet spiritually successful in their own eyes because they haven't prioritized getting to know themselves and haven't gotten clear on what their core values are. It's just so different for everyone. The word success seems so final, doesn't it? And I don't think that it's one destination that you reach. I don't think that it's a level. I think it's the pursuit itself. It's more of an action or a vibe or an energy, a step forward maybe. So I feel that success is okay to pursue if you're doing it in a healthy way. Being able to maintain a healthy level of all of the different aspects of success is important to continue to progress and become better and more in tune with yourself. It's really easy to get caught up in the more worldly successes like achieving a higher status or earning more money. And that's why being self-aware enough to know that there is an area that needs your attention is so important. Today's quote is, "Satisfaction lies in the effort, not in the attainment. Full effort is full victory." Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you more than you know. If you have a topic you'd like me to discuss, drop it below in the podcast suggestion box and follow the show so you don't miss the upcoming episodes. I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to click the follow button so you don't miss future episodes. And if you see another one on the list that you think looks interesting, take a listen or just download it for later. I'll see you next time.